In any relationship, be it romantic, familial, or platonic, there will inevitably come times when you feel a growing emotional distance. It may seem as though the once close bond is slipping, no matter how hard you try to hold on. The feeling of disconnect can be frustrating, confusing, and at times, heartbreaking. This emotional drift often results from a range of factors, from individual stress and unresolved conflicts to the simple yet insidious distractions of daily life. But just because you feel distant from someone doesn't mean the relationship is doomed. With intentional strategies and psychological insights, you can reconnect and rebuild the bond you once enjoyed. Here, we'll explore ways to maintain or regain a sense of connection, drawing on psychology, research, and Stoic principles to offer a path forward. These techniques can help you bridge the gap, whether you're feeling distant from a partner, family member, or friend. Number 1. Recognize and acknowledge the disconnection. In the practice of Stoicism, there's an emphasis on facing reality directly, even when it's uncomfortable. Accepting that emotional distance exists is the first step in maintaining a connection. Although it may be tempting to avoid acknowledging this, fearing it will lead to conflict, studies show that addressing emotional gaps openly can lead to stronger bonds in the long run. Research by Dr. John Gottman, a prominent figure in relationship psychology, found that couples who openly communicate their emotions and concerns have a greater chance of long-term success than those who bottle things up. Accepting the presence of emotional distance, whether it's due to work stress, personal burnout, or unresolved issues, is essential. It's also critical that both people in the relationship acknowledge the problem, as this opens the door to honest conversations and effective solutions. Number 2, communicate with empathy and vulnerability. Acknowledging disconnection is a start, but the next step is to communicate meaningfully, with empathy and vulnerability. Stoicism teaches that vulnerability can be a source of strength. It's not about weakness, but about authenticity. When we open up and share our genuine feelings, we foster trust and intimacy. Research by Dr. Brené Brown highlights that vulnerability is a key to forming deep connections. A Stoic approach would encourage speaking from a place of honesty and calm rather than blaming. Instead of saying, "You never listened to me," try, "I've been feeling unheard, and it affects how I feel about us." This approach is less accusatory and encourages understanding. Empathy also plays a critical role in bridging emotional gaps. Dr. Marshall Rosenberg's research on nonviolent communication underscores the importance of empathy in reducing conflict and strengthening relationships. By focusing on each other's perspectives without judgment, you both foster emotional safety and create a supportive environment. Number 3, prioritize quality time together. In today's busy world, it's easy to drift apart simply due to lack of time. However, reconnection isn't about quantity, but quality. Dedicate intentional time for each other, free from distractions. A study in the Journal of Social and Personal Relationships reveals that couples engaging in shared activities report higher satisfaction and closeness. Stoicism teaches us to value the present moment and practice intentionality, which can be applied to relationship building. Instead of going through the motions, make an effort to engage fully with one another. This could mean planning a weekly date night, taking evening walks together, or cooking a meal without the distractions of phones and screens. Number 4, embrace change and growth. Emotional disconnect sometimes arises from changes, whether in life stages, interests, or perspectives. Change is an inevitable part of life, and Stoicism encourages us to accept it rather than resist. Recognize that you and your partner are evolving individuals. This understanding helps keep a relationship resilient. Psychologist Dr. Susan Johnson's research on relationships suggests that celebrating change within a relationship can strengthen it. When one partner changes, it can create uncertainty or insecurity, but these shifts don't have to pull you apart. Curiosity about each other's growth, rather than fear, creates a safe space for you both to grow without the threat of disconnection. Number 5, practice active listening. Active listening is one of the most powerful ways to rebuild a connection, especially when emotions are high. This involves fully focusing on what your partner says, without interrupting or forming a response midway. Stoic practices of restraint and attentiveness apply here. Listening without jumping to conclusions or defensiveness fosters understanding. Dr. Carl Rogers, a pioneer in humanistic psychology, argued that active listening forms the foundation of empathy and understanding. A Stoic approach would encourage reflective listening, where you mirror your partner's words to confirm understanding. For example, if your partner says, "I've been feeling overwhelmed," you might reply, "It sounds like you're feeling really stressed. Do you want to talk about it?" This validates their feelings and shows you're truly engaged in their experience. Number 6. Practice patience and acceptance. Patience is fundamental in any relationship, and it's particularly relevant when reconnecting after a period of distance. It's essential to be patient with both yourself and the other person, recognizing that rebuilding a connection doesn't happen overnight. Stoicism teaches that some things are beyond our control, and we should focus on what we can influence, our responses and actions. Acceptance doesn't mean settling for a lackluster relationship. Instead, it's about understanding and accepting the ebb and flow that naturally occurs in relationships. Disconnection and reconnection are part of the journey, not signs of failure. Number 7. Embrace small acts of kindness. Stoicism encourages kindness as a practice. Small acts of kindness, a thoughtful note, a compliment, or a simple act of service, go a long way in nurturing emotional bonds. Research shows that small, consistent gestures of affection positively impact relationships and help close the emotional gap. Acts of kindness shift the focus from self-centered feelings of disconnection to the other person's well-being. This reorientation can reignite affection and care, allowing the relationship to blossom again with renewed warmth and connection. Number 8. Seek professional help when needed. There are times when relationships face challenges that require guidance beyond personal insight. Therapy can offer a neutral perspective, helping you uncover the underlying causes of disconnection and teaching effective communication tools. Research from the American Psychological Association highlights that couples therapy can improve communication and emotional closeness significantly. In Stoicism, there's a recognition of our limits and an encouragement to seek wisdom from those who have the skills we may lack. A therapist can guide you through exercises that reveal blind spots, patterns, and misunderstandings, leading to a stronger connection. Reconnecting in a relationship when you feel emotionally distant isn't always easy, but it's far from impossible. By recognizing the disconnection, communicating with empathy, and intentionally spending quality time together, you can rekindle the bond. Embracing change, practicing patience, and showing kindness further enhance the connection. Ultimately, relationships require effort and commitment. They're not just built on love, but on understanding, patience, and emotional investment. If you feel distant, remember that it's an opportunity for growth and self-reflection, as well as a chance to strengthen your bond. If you found these insights helpful, please give this video a like, share it with someone who might benefit, and don't forget to subscribe for more tips on strengthening relationships. Check out our recommended videos on maintaining healthy connections. Click on the suggestions that appear on your screen now. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.